Tonight, from Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
It is a brisk night in the Midwest as we bring you football from Paul Brown Stadium in the Queen City, Cincinnati, Ohio. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field, to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaunt. To my left, Charles Davis. And, Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. They come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers are 5 straight.
So many different reasons teams hit the losing skids, but the best way out of it, something has to happen positive early in the game.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, they come in off a loss last time out, but still in the midst of a great season, winners of 8 of their last 10.
The Bengals take over first.
Here come the Bengals now to take over. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the former Arkansas Razorback. It's Brandon Allen.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
On first down, Allen. That's complete to the tight end Sample. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. To throw again on second down. Allen on his slant, complete to Green. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now Allen.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The numbers for Green a week ago: 6 catches, 62 yards, and a touchdown.
And he was able to haul that pass in there, but he knows he's got a tough task ahead of him. This unit in the top 5 in the NFL against the pass. He's going to have to really work hard to get open.
Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Alex Highsmith in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A.J. Green, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game.
7. Steelers, nothing. Boston Seibert set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Taken in the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Steeler offense set to go to work, and once again at the helm, their longtime starter, that's Ben Roethlisberger.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll set up to throw from the gun. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down.
NFL Madden Week Season 1 82020 games and highlights coming up next of Week 1-5.
He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
James Conner, the ball carrier.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Steelers.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. That's complete to his running back, Conner. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. They were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Roethlisberger going to get this one to Conner.
Roethlisberger's pass.
It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 70th catch for him on the year. And like so many others, this goes for a 1st down.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner. But to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the 1st drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
On 1st and 10 is Conner. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Ebron with it over the middle. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 17-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And hitting Juju on the slant. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will make it into the end zone. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Allen now on first down. Green's got it over the middle. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Allen going to throw.
Week 1-5 New England Patriots 1-4 Miami Dolphins 1-7 final.
Down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. First down. He goes right back to Green. He's got it complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. He's exceeded his receiving yard. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A.J. Green with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals have taken the lead. So they've had 2 drives, and he's had the 2 receiving touchdowns.
And how about a game plan where you decide to force feed or feature someone, and it works? First 2 drives, as you noted, end up in touchdown passes. I think they're going to keep going to them until the defense makes any kind of an adjustment.
Week 1-5 Kansas City Chiefs 2-8 New Orleans Saints 2-5 final.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown.
Set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And for the moment, they're sitting pretty in possession of that number 2 seed. But as we know, it often happens, this is all still subject to change.
You're so right about that. But even though the math isn't there yet, I think it's going to take new math for them not to make the playoffs. They're almost certainly going to be in the tournament and certainly going to be a dangerous team if you have to play against them.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
A gain of 14.
A good carry and a first down by James Conner, and this Pittsburgh team is really hoping he's back in form because last year the entire Pittsburgh offense suffered without Ben Roethlisberger at quarterback. James Conner only 715 combined yards, but in 2018, He was a Pro Bowl running back. Combined yardage that year, 1,470. They're hoping for 2018 James Conner in 2020.
They'll run on first down. It's Conner. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Ben going to give this one to Conner. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Completion here to Claypool. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Deontay Johnson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Extra point now by Boswell. Now we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. All right, here now a look at A.J. Green. And these highlights here showcasing the solid game he's had.
Well, someone woke up and felt good about themselves there, didn't they? I have to feel that he came into this one with the idea that, yeah, I can do this. Whether it's preparation, reading the film, whatever it was, it's paying off in a big way as we watch this one unfold.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, over 100 yards already. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Over the middle, complete. That's Green. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Allen hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this,
it is cold.
And it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
This will be caught at about the 5. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. To throw again is Roethlisberger. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Jesse Bates on the coverage.
So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. And Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead.
Bengals 14.
Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping
Week
up and down and
1-5 Cleveland
celebrating
Browns,
because they have the
3-5
lead,
New
but
York
still,
Giants,
any
4-1
little
final.
momentum in a game like this is important to a team. They'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's A.J. Green as he gets set to go again on offense. Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defense, is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Allen will try again on 2nd down. Allen hit. He lost the football.
Ben Roethlisberger is sacked. A fumble on the play.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, where it was the visiting Niners who are able to come away with the road victory. 21-6, your final score. From there, we get up to the Rocky Mountains to check on the Broncos at home in Denver. And they were losers in their ball game as the visiting Buffalo Bills come in and took it to them. The final, 23-14. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they were losers in that one to the visiting L.A. Chargers. 28-24, the final score. In the game you've been watching, it was Ben Roethlisberger who led the way offensively in the first half. His guys lead, though by only a field goal. Still anybody's game. As we send it back to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half.
Austin Seibert set to kick off.
So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. Fielded in the end zone. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his
Week
body to keep
1-5
defenders
Chicago
away from the
Bears
ball.
2-8 Minnesota
Puts it right out
Vikings
there
3-1
for the nice
final.
pickup.
On first down, Connor. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
James Conner, the ball.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
And 5 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. Short little throw to Ebron. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Complete to Eric
That
Ebron.
was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up third down.
Open man, Smith-Schuster is complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
Pittsburgh.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Able to hit his target, Claypool. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. The ex-Iowa Hawkeye Mike Daniels in for the sack. And it's never going to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Another try after the first down sack. Roethlisberger. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 11.
Partners, a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
A long way to
Week
go here on
1-5 San
3rd
Francisco
down for the 8th play of
49ers
the
2-4
drive.
Dallas Cowboys 3-1 final.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And that'll bring up 4th down as his Cincy defense stands up on 3rd.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Boswell's kick is good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now.
20. Bengals 14.
A looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps a deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. But it's going to be second down. To throw again. Allen. He'll go right back to Green, but this time it's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down. He's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Back to the air on second down. It's Allen on the slant, complete to Green. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 40. The Bengals passing, get Allen hit. He lost the football. But I think a Bengal player was able to get in there. He was. And they'll keep possession of the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
On 2nd and 15 now. Allen. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. To the air. Allen. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Green. And he gets it down to the 32. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for Ford. And able to find Green. And down inside the 15 he goes. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
And now Big Ben will lead the Steelers up to go for 2. After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead. And they turn the pick 6 into a pick 8 with that 2-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalized a little bit on top.
fourth. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. The Bengal offense on their way out as we look at the playoff race in the AFC. And it's right about this time of the year that you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
There certainly is, because we all know everyone is aiming for that #1 seed. But failing that, because only 2 teams in the NFL get a bye, 1 from each conference, that question becomes who's hot? Who's peaking at the right time as you start the playoffs?
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. On first down, Allen voids the target, and he has it over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19. Now Allen. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Boswell for the extra point. He's got it, and the lead stretches to 35-14. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And that last pick six may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the fourth quarter. They need points quickly. Now Allen to try again after the pick six. This one hauled in by Sample. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Over the middle, complete. That's Green. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Cincinnati Bengals.
Here's Allen to throw it. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Tyson Alualu able to record his 5th sack of the season. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. Green's got it over the middle. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. And now the throw hauled in by Green. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
What a throw right. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To try again after the sack. Allen. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Stephon Tuitt in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Remember, throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. But they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't matter. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Again, it's Connor. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of
Week
scouting
1-5 Pittsburgh Steelers 3-5 Cincinnati Bengals 1-4 final.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the 2nd half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Pittsburgh, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they drop their 11th game now on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.